past, present, and quite possibly the future. Joining me is one. I got it right. You see that? The first try. One Nick Anicelli, and boom. See, I got my directions. I got my bearings all right. One Mitch Valentine, and we're here to talk a little bit about the Survivor Series 2020. Obviously, we know that it is the 30-year anniversary of the Undertaker debuting in the WWF, WWE, or whatever the hell you called it at the time that you started watching. So I'm going to forego doing my normal Undertaker slander because this is a festive event. And we'll just kind of roll with the punches. I got the card pulled up right here. And we are starting the kickoff show, which will be rocking and rolling here in I think about an hour or so.
Yeah.
We have a dual branded battle royal set for the Survivor Series kickoff coming from you. All the information is coming from WWE.com. I do not own this shit, so don't sue me.
I thought you meant me. I'm like, you pointing to me. No, but yeah, so as we said, we got that.
As soon as he start talking, then he freeze
and
up.
Frozen, and he's frozen.
I can't go
Oh my
with
goodness.
We good? We good?
There he is.
Happens. That never happens ever. But I'm going with Big E. Who else is there that's literally good enough to win something like this besides Big E?
We got a titty meat in the chat.
That's what I saw. They're talking to me because I got some titty meat. Let me tell you. My nickname is Big Titty Daddy, by the way.
Oh, see, we got the big bad booty daddy, Scott Steiner, and we got the big bad titty daddy right here.
Yeah, that's right. That's right, brother.
Oh, look, we got more titty meat.
Got my Thunder Rosa shirt on, guys. Got my tits
Thunder
going.
Rosa. We can get into that as well. Oh, we got Eric in the chat.
Excited. That makes two of us at least.
So before we go down the card and everything like that, what are we excited to see? First off, so I'm gonna scroll through this real quickly. We got the Battle Royal. We have the Survivor Series, traditional Survivor Series match, Raw versus SmackDown. We have the female Raw versus SmackDown.
Yes.
We have. I'm interested in this just from a storyline standpoint for this one right here. Yes. We have the tag team titles up for grabs.
No, not for grabs.
I mean, for bragging rights.
Yeah,
they're up for grabs for bragging rights.
Yeah. Well, they did just trade.
This is going to be another one right here that I feel is going to steal the show, maybe.
Yeah.
Then this, I am interested to see what comes of this.
Yes.
So let's get back down to the bottom. I mean, I don't know who the participants are. I don't think they put it down here for the Battle Royal.
That's my question. You know what I mean? How are we going to pick a Battle Royal winner if we don't know who's in it?
Mm.
But I guess you just got to think like, well, what top stars are not booked like a Randy Orton? I mean, but he's not going to be in the pre-show Battle Royal. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
you got to go Big E or maybe even like a Murphy.
Yeah.
I like Murphy. I like the Murphy Rollins final two. I like that if they do that.
Yeah, well, Rollins is here in the men's Survivor Series match.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. But, I mean, the kickoff show, the freaking Battle Royal, that's just a grab bag. We'll just scroll on to the main card.
Well, hold on. Let's make a pick, though. I'm going to pick Dominic Mysterio.
I'm going Big E. That's a good pick, but I'm going Big E.
You know what? I'm going to steal that one. I'm going with what Mitch got. I like what he put down. Okay. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, that's a good one.
But before we roll on with the first match on the card here, Brian, he's like, back in my day, we called titty meat puppies because we respect our bitches.
All right, Lawler.
So now, wait, before we get into it, I overlook shit like a motherfucker. Every time they do Survivor Series, besides that I think it was 2018 because last year it was NXT. It's usually always like neck and neck with like who's gonna win. It's never a blowout. Besides like that one time Raw just killed SmackDown.
Yeah.
So I was kind of looking into it, and this one, in my perspective, has got to be a win for Raw, especially because they have more of a storyline too with like their team and the hostility and all that. And then Screw Otis.
Now, last year, didn't NXT just beat everybody, swept them all with every match? Or what was the deal?
No, I came down to kind of NXT and SmackDown.
Yeah.
Okay.
Raw was
But NXT won, though. NXT won
Yeah.
last year, and then they're
Yes.
not involved at all.
I know, and that's depressing, man. I was really looking forward to this class of NXT in the Survivor Series, but
especially Io Shirai.
Oh yeah, because it would have been
Ripley.
Yeah, because look at this. We would have had a triple threat. We could have possibly had here their cruiserweight champion or the North American champion in this match here,
which would have probably been Damian Priest. They would have kept it him.
Yeah. And then here we could have had Oni Lorcan and Danny Burch.
That's good.
But Balor couldn't do anything because his jaw.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah, because his jaw is jacked
what's
up.
it now? I mean, I know we're getting off NXT a little bit, but Karrion Kross separated his shoulder and Finn Balor broke his jaw, and they took the belt off Kross. Bro, separated shoulders, he should only be out for a month or two, maybe 3. And the jaw, I mean, I don't know. That's just weird to me how they didn't take the belt off. I did just read
that Karrion Kross should be coming back soon.
Well, I kind of feel like, usually when these guys get hurt, and maybe Mitch, you can kind of speak to this a little bit, but you're not only hurt with your injury that puts you off your show. You got other nagging injuries and everything that you might want to rehab, a knee or a back or something. So, I mean, they probably gave him a little more time on top of what he was nursing with this injury.
Yeah, it's not going to hurt. I mean, I've separated both my shoulders, and it looked like Kross separated his shoulder. And everybody heals differently from that. Like Orton separated his shoulder. I think he was out a month. But, I mean, it could take you out for a couple months. I don't know.
Yeah. And just so everybody is aware, the man Mitch here is a professional wrestler. So we got some professional wrestling insight on this card and just in general.
Yes, sir. Pro wrestler, stand-up comedian, podcaster, and WWE Hall of Fame bapper, Mitch Valentine.
Oh yeah, you didn't know that there, Nick. See, I fucked up my direction again. Do bang Sonny.
Nice.
I bapped her.
Oh, he bapped her. He bapped her. He didn't bang her. He bapped her.
Bap me. I took her to. I'm a Baptist. I baptized. I took her to Bed Bath and Beyond.
Nice.
Yeah. She's insane. In fact, my next podcast, guys, I'm going to talk about that whole thing with Sonny because everyone wants me to talk about it. So we talked about it, Rob, on your podcast. But yeah, that was anyways, let's move on.
Back to
so on other things, I'm gonna go with Team Raw. Now wait, one thing we should do, I guess I'd like if we could do with this match and the women's match is pick who we think might be the sole survivors.
Ooh, I like that.
So I'm gonna go with Raw.
Uh-huh.
And I think I'm gonna go with Keith Lee and AJ is my final 2. I don't think it'll be 1 versus 1. Then Keith Lee and AJ.
Okay. What you got, Mitch?
Dude, I'll tell you what. AJ Styles lately reminds me of back in TNA when he was with Christian. He's so funny right now. I love it. He's so freaking hilarious. I hope AJ Styles is the sole survivor. I like it. I like Keith Lee though too. You know what? I'm gonna stick with what you said, Nick. I'm gonna say AJ Styles and Keith Lee, and then hopefully that leads to a program with those two or something. I don't know.
Which would be good because then you can incorporate. They haven't gave him a name, and I don't know his real name, but the bodyguard of AJ Styles. They could throw him into it somehow to, with Keith Lee.
Yeah, and I think I think that's unanimous there. I think AJ might be the sole survivor just because of that fact alone. He has muscle in his corner or whatever.
And he had the center of the card.
Yeah, he's the center of the picture here.
Now, are you guys looking forward to Riddle versus Rollins in this match?
Yes.
Because there's some heat, right?
Riddle Rollins.
I'm a big Riddle fan, personally.
Hold on.
Them both.
Here we go. Back in my day, if we hated The Undertaker, we still talk shit on him, even if it is his 30th anniversary.
That's Rob. That ain't me. I'll never talk that about him.
But I mean, they did talk about this being a big deal because this is the 30th anniversary of The Undertaker's career with WWF, WWE here, and there's supposed to be a Survivor Series / Undertaker theme things going on tonight.
So I figured that's what we'd finish with, but hold on, wait, before we move on, well, I guess for you too, Mitch, but I know Rob, a big Undertaker kind of quote-unquote hater. So the Stone Cold Broken Skull Sessions thing came out. It's 2 hours long. It's long. I watched it this morning.
Was it longer than the previous?
It's already out. It's already out.
Yeah. So just so you guys know, if they say, oh, this is gonna debut tonight after the pay-per-view, realistically, you can start watching it at 10 a.m. Eastern time. So literally at 10 o'clock this morning, I put on. It's 2 hours long, so it's long. That's what I was saying, Rob. I don't know if you got a bedtime tonight, but you should try to stay up to watch it after the pay-per-view. Because it's funny, because in it, they're like, oh, well, when this airs, Survivor Series, 30th would already have happened, even though I watched it before the pay-per-view. But yeah. So for both of you in general, if you ain't got to wake up early for work, so I definitely recommend watching it. It was good. They drink a lot on the show, too. They have 5 rounds of Jack Daniels shots.
Of course it's good. You got 2 of the greatest of all time talking. Why would it not be great? I'm going to come at you, Rob. I'm going to defend the crap out of The Undertaker, because I remember last time we talked, you started hating on Taker, so I got his back. Don't you worry, Mark Calloway. I got your back, brother.
Hey, it's a 2-on-1. It's a 2-on-1.
Whatever. Hold on. Ooh. But, fuck it. I forgot what I was saying. Next, we got the women's Survivor Series match.
So, as much as Rob, you and I have that low key kind of relationship with old Lacey Evans, you got to go SmackDown here. Just honestly, one, because Liv Morgan's my day, but second, Bianca Belair. Bianca Belair is not losing in any capacity. I wouldn't be surprised if she's the only sole survivor, and if there is another one, you probably got to throw in Bayley, because they'll probably have the little angle. Because if you watch SmackDown the other night, when Bayley was on the team, Bayley came in and was like, I'm the captain. So I could see them two having some hostility here. But Bianca Belair, hands down, a sole survivor, and SmackDown wins this one.
Okay. I agree with that. And plus, I was going to pick that anyway because I like Bianca Belair.
Yeah, and I like Bianca Belair. She's really good.
But what I would like to see, though, if I may, the Riot Squad as a tandem being the sole survivors. I would like to see that.
Liv.
Love Liv. I love Liv too, bro. I've seen her live. I've seen Liv live, and oh my gosh. So I think we got to get Sasha and Bianca at WrestleMania. I really hope they build that all the way to Mania.
That seems to be the popular consensus. Everybody wants it.
And this is the start.
Did they now? All 5 members of SmackDown are the women's. They're all announced, right?
Yes, right there. You might be able to.
I'm wondering if we're gonna get Rhea Ripley in this match somehow. Whether someone gets hurt on Raw. I think Rhea Ripley would be a better fit on Raw. But I don't know. I agree with you guys. So I think Bianca Belair will be the sole survivor.
Hey, can I call timeout here quick? If you look at the Raw women's photo, unless I'm blind, Lana's supposed to be in that match.
Yeah, she's not in it. She cut out.
So maybe Rhea takes her spot?
Maybe.
There you go.
But they did just put out that chronicle about Lana. Why would they do all that the day before Survivor Series and then she ain't in the match?
Why would they put her through a table 9 times and have her come out fresh as a daisy every week and never sell it? I mean, that's on them. That she's not not selling. They're telling her, just keep going out there every week and you're fine, and keep getting thrown through a table. If Rhea Ripley's in the match, she's the sole survivor. If not, Belair.
Well, back in my day, we called his ass Mean Mark, and you know what? He's a nice guy, so he's bad at his gimmick. I got to read it like that every time they put back in my day. That's
that literally, the fact Lana's not in that photo literally already has me thinking.
Yeah. Because the way Ripley's at NXT, dude. She put over Io clean like that. She's done. She's got to come up, and she's a star, dude. That chick is going to be the next Charlotte Flair. I
wish you would.
How about you just be the first Rhea Ripley? How about that? We just keep it down. You don't need to be the next nobody.
That's fine too. It's just there's been so few women that are actually stars because they just get overutilized, and Charlotte is a star. I think Sasha's a star, and the rest of them are forgettable. Becky, of course. That's it. In my opinion, those 3 are the top 3 women, and now you got Bianca Belair and Rhea Ripley coming up, and yeah.
Did we get even? I can't really remember. Did we get much of that in NXT? Rhea Ripley versus Bianca?
Yeah, remember they fought this year at Takeover Portland.
You're right.
Great match.
All right.
What's next?
So we all going with Bianca, Soul Survivor.
Unless Ripley's in it, then Ripley's got us to be the sole survivor.
Got you. All
And
right.
Bianca, if that is the case, though, Bianca has to be getting out from, as Rob's favorite word, shenanigans.
Shenanigans.
Yeah. You can do a count out on Bianca. You don't have to pin people in this match. You can count them out or DQ them. You don't have to pin everybody.
Yeah. So we got United States title versus the Intercontinental title. Bobby Lashley and the Liberator, Sami Zayn.
Can I start this one?
Absolutely.
I got some really. I don't mean to be too overbearing.
You do it.
I got some strong opinions about this one.
Go ahead.
I love Bobby Lashley. I love the Hurt Business MVP. He's my boy. You know that, Rob. But why are we doing a heel versus heel match? And why? Okay, and here's the other thing, and I'm going to be quick. Daniel Bryan gets beat by Jey Uso, and then McIntyre, and then Jey Uso's $1 million over on the SmackDown team. And then they have Jey Uso lose to McIntyre, and then they have Jey Uso lose to Daniel Bryan, who's not doing nothing. Why would you not put the IC title on Daniel Bryan last Friday? Like have, you know what I mean? And have Bryan win the IC title Friday before the Survivor Series. And then we have Lashley versus Bryan. And that's a freaking match right there, man. Yeah, that's what I want to see.
Match. Both wrestlers.
Yeah, but Sami Zayn's, I mean, it's whatever. So Lashley, easy.
So I'm going to go Lashley, but that got me thinking. I like your opinions on stuff, Mitch. But anyway, but the only thing, like, the past few Sami matches that have had, like, titles or something have been good. Like the Jeff Hardy putting a ladder in his ear thing. And then he had the one Intercontinental title match where he got old boy tagged into, like, the ring. So if Sami wins, it'll be like that. I'm still going Lashley because I don't just see Vince letting Sami beat Lashley. But I don't know if you guys seen their past Twitter beefs.
Oh, yeah, that was pretty rough.
Where, like, they were talking about not being on even the T-shirt and all this other stuff. So even Lashley said, like, I hate you, but let's go kill it. So I'm looking forward to this. But I'm going Lashley.
Mm-hmm. And this is what finally their blow off to their feud that they had years ago with the Lashley sisters and shit.
Yeah.
And the obstacle
I forgot
course.
about that. They never brought his sisters out, huh? Or did they?
Not his real sisters, no. Right. If he even have any.
I don't think Lashley likes their storylines. Like, I don't think he was too comfortable with that. Truth be told, as beautiful as Lana is, I don't think Lashley was comfortable with Lana. Like, when they first debuted together and they were, like, hardcore making out on the stage, like, Lashley low-key looked uncomfortable. I was uncomfortable watching that. So I can only imagine how Rusev was in the ring watching that. I get it. It's staged and all that, but
it was funny as well as goddamn. Oh man, you got to talking about that shit and I lost it. Fuck it.
Lashley, he's the man.
He was probably trying to hide his little dominator when he's standing that close to Lana, making out with her. My goodness, dude. Yeah, what a tough spot for Lashley.
This dude could have came back and been either Universal or WWE by now.
That's why I want to ask. Kind of simple, yes or no, because I know we're kind of on a little bit of a time hack. But yes or no, before Lashley retires, is he ever a Universal or WWE champion?
Nope.
I want to say yes, but I go no. I want it bad, though.
I want it, but it's not happening.
15 years in the WWE. I mean, 15 years since he debuted, man. I don't think anyone's ever. I mean, Benoit. It took 18 for Benoit.
Kofi
and
took
probably
forever.
And Eddie. I think Lashley will get it as long as MVP's his mouthpiece because Lashley just doesn't need to talk.
No,
but I could see MVP as Lashley's mouthpiece with any championship.
I would love to see the Hurt Business have all the gold on Raw.
Dude, I marked out so hard when Shelton Benjamin hit the angle slam on Monday. I was like,
I mean, and I thought that's what they were
Shelton.
going. That's why I thought they were going because I mean, we talk about heel versus heel with this match. We got face versus face for the tag match, which is
I think that's next.
Convenient. Nice segue.
Profits.
I believe so because it wouldn't hurt the New Day to lose at all.
Yeah, exactly.
Not at all. They announced them as 9-time champions. That match against the Hurt Business when they're supposedly Yeah, they traded. It was supposedly 10 or whatever, but now I guess they're adhering to, they just changed color belts pretty much.
Well, Devon Dudley does work in the company, so I can picture him being like, all right, bullshit.
You gonna win this shit by a pinfall, goddammit. There ain't gonna be none of this shenanigans. Testify.
Devon would be cool with them beating the record, but they're gonna beat it.
Mm-hmm. I'd like to see how the history books reflect those, or the archives of the tag champions and how they explain that, because they did get a new set of titles that should count. Anyways, we are in agreement, you guys. Street Profits, New Day doesn't need to win here.
This sorry, I was cutting you off, Rob. This card has a lot of potential match of the night candidates.
Yeah. And then this is like, regardless, I mean, New Day are the veterans in this match, and they're gonna help this young talent. Yeah. I heard them on the New Day pod, and Montez Ford, despite what his character, how he portrays himself on camera, when he talk in these interviews, this dude say like 1,000 times in a row, dog. And it was like taking me out of the interview. He's like, oh yeah, it's like, when you do like, and I was just sitting there like, you motherfucker.
Hey, Rob, take out your earth and airs.
Oh yeah, I got to take out my evaluation sheet. You motherfucker. Pet words.
Like.
Dude, Montez Ford though
he's gonna be a star.
Dude, that dude's amazing.
But do you see him with WWE's history and African American superstars, and you see Lashley? Do you see them ever realistically giving Montez that chance? He's charismatic enough.
Oh well, I mean, he'll reach at least the level of United States champion or Intercontinental champion. That's no doubt about it. But will he go beyond that? Don't know. But will he get the opportunity? Yes, a la R-Truth style. They put R-Truth in many main event matches or whatever, but did he win? No, but he still had the opportunities.
Best frog splash I've ever seen in my life, man.
Yeah,
that motherfucker. He went up this way and landed that way. But I was like, what?
Better than Eddie Guerrero, Art Barr, Rob Van Dam, and my trainer, Mr. Primetime. Got to give it to Montez Ford, dude. That frog splash is amazing.
Do we all agree, as like not rude as I come off, because I'm a fan of both Street Profits, but man, Dawkins probably low-key screwed when they split him.
Yeah.
I hope not. Tucker. I like him. I think he's good too. But
well, see, and that was bad as well. Tucker's a champion though before Otis, but still, I seen one match with Tucker, singles match on I think it was Raw SmackDown, and that shit blew me away. He did very well, and I was not expecting that out of him. So if given the opportunity and put in the right storyline situation, I believe Tucker can be a big deal.
I hope.
But will they do that? We don't know.
You know what I think? You guys know what I think we should have got is we're talking about how stacked the card is. I think we should have got Retribution, because they've been building them up for months, against the Hurt Business. And I think it would have been cool to put the Hurt Business.
I thought that's where we were leading.
The girl, bro, with the Retribution, and then Hurt Business. What's Trinity doing? Naomi, what's she doing?
Yeah,
she'd be great in the Hurt Business. Yeah,
that's what a lot of people were saying as well, and I concur with that wholeheartedly, because Naomi needs to be on my TV more often than she is.
She's freaking amazing, dude. She'd be great in the Hurt Business needs a chick.
Ooh, and they had a little Twitter thing a while back, but it's Naomi versus Bianca Belair. That would be good.
Need that in my life. But I think Naomi got drafted, which is weird. No, Naomi's got.
Naomi's on Raw.
Actually, no, because I thought about it. Naomi did get drafted to Raw.
Yeah, she's on Raw.
Which is weird though, because the Usos are on SmackDown.
But you gotta think about it this way now.
Sorry, only Jay got drafted. Jimmy didn't. I do remember that.
That's weird. They did that.
Yep.
Yeah, Jimmy's hurt. Jimmy's gonna be out a few months, right?
And then you got to think about it this way now too. Is this damn? They all in the same building recording at the same time, because all the shows are done in the Thunderdome, so it's not like how SmackDown had their own road crew and their own road shows going this way and Raw going this way. They all at the same building doing the same shit.
Just not on the same days, but it's all in Florida. You know what I mean?
So I guess it really don't really matter at this point anyway.
Yeah.
And big shout outs to Brian if he's still in the chat or whatever. Scoop from UWO goddamn, I don't think they're gonna be doing house shows anymore, even when we get
No.
back to full capacity.
Nope. And then I also read, I don't know if you guys did, I think WWE said it, how I think in December, like the 5th, they're going to start working at a Tropicana Field in Tampa, which that's a baseball stadium.
Yeah.
Which is good, but I heard they like might not have fans. But picture the Royal Rumble like without fans. Like granted, they'll pipe in the 10, 9, 8.
Yeah.
But that's like the one pay-per-view you need fans.
Bro, here, I mean, we're getting off, but it's like Rock Roman has got to be the main event of WrestleMania. And can you imagine that without fans? Like, it'd be crazy. The Rock
and
with no fans.
Just the way that storyline's going, you can't. Well, we'll wait till next year when there's fans. Like there he is.
Yeah.
They're just too much on a roll with Roman that they can't wait a year. If they're gonna do it, it has to be this year.
So, is it safe to say that WWE is looking to have a show with OnlyFans?
Well, I guess the Super Bowl's in Tampa,
and
they're allowed to have 20,000 fans. WrestleMania, WWE hasn't canceled officially in Cali, but it's going to be, and they're going to try to do Tampa again. So they can
which
probably
sucks
do
so
it.
bad, dude.
Yeah, which
I'm such
over.
No, I'm a big. Yeah, you can tell I'm a big Rock mark, and I thought, oh, dude, WrestleMania. I'm in Cali, and then The Rock in probably his last match in the main event. Like I was like, oh man, I was really hoping that was gonna happen.
Who are you telling? I'm moving there next month. I was like, Rob, I'll be there. You gotta come.
Yeah, and I was supposed to go to this past one when they were supposed to have it in Tampa.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
So Sasha Banks and Asuka.
This is gonna be good.
Never seen that match before.
That's the only thing I don't like. Like I know it's gonna be great.
Yeah.
But we've seen it. But Sasha, as old King Ajar would say, our guy we're in the wrestling chat with, huge. I would probably say one of the biggest Sasha Banks fans on the planet. Not just Sasha Banks, but biggest Mercedes fan.
Yeah.
And she on a roll, and it's kind of like with Kofi Mania, like you had it, just don't F it up. I feel that's what they have going with Sasha right now. Like, yo, just don't mess this up.
Yeah, this is a tough one to me. Who won the last one? I think
Asuka, because Asuka
right?
won the title.
I mean, I can just honestly see them doing the trade-off. It's just like, all right, you won last time, you can get this one. And you know, Asuka wouldn't be the worst for wear. And then you have to capitalize on the momentum and the star power that we have with Sasha Banks right now. The Mandalorian is doing very well. She has the title. She's hot as fuck, dressing as best as any female competitor I've ever seen in a long, long time.
And Snoop Dogg's cousin.
Huh?
And
Snoop Dogg's cousin.
We could probably see a Rhea Ripley showcase here maybe for Asuka.
I was just going to say that, dude. My mind started thinking, I'm like, wait a second. Didn't Rhea Ripley and Io Shirai like shake hands on NXT? So how cool would it be if this match just went to a DQ and we got Rio and what's her name? Io? There's so many Rios and Ios, and Io Shirai and Rhea Ripley come out and just beat the crap out of Sasha and Asuka.
Yeah.
Or do it. I don't know. Just something different because we've seen Sasha Asuka, like, I feel like we've seen it like 20 times. You know?
I like to see Rhea go for Asuka.
Yeah.
Yes.
See, and that would have been, you know, if they incorporated NXT into this, we could have had that. We could have had Sasha versus Io versus freaking Asuka.
Would have been great.
Been freaking amazing.
Yeah.
Match of the year, in a way, it could have been.
Yeah. But
so I say Sasha. That's my pick. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm going with Sasha as well. What you got, Mitch?
Double disqualification. They
Word.
both lose. Right. And Rhea Ripley beats the crap out of both of them.
All right.
If this is a match,
we got audio. We got audio and video proof of this. If he calls this right, I would not be mad, and I would be excited. Like we said it first.
But between this match and this upcoming match right here, these are the only two that can end in a disqualification to protect them both. But I say the women more. Man, Roman he'd been on fire. I'm happy Drew got the title back. Don't get me wrong. I'm very happy. But man, Roman's promo, when he roasted him saying you're the best number 2 ever, I was like, oh.
Yeah. He's the guy that we send whenever Roman doesn't want to do anything. He's like, yeah.
It's crazy because it's low-key true.
Or when he said that nobody watches Raw, that was pretty.
Yeah,
it's true as well.
Nice.
See, some of the best promos are cut in truth. So I mean,
in calm and collective, just talking like this. He's not like, well, let me tell you, Raw sucks.
and then I forgot. I don't know if I was talking to you about it or in the group chat. I like the dynamic with him and Heyman. I didn't think I would have liked it at first glance, but Roman is doing more of the talking than Heyman is.
Yeah,
you know, and I like
Heyman's
that.
just there to get him up there.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a whole different Paul Heyman. You know what I mean? And that's what's great about Paul Heyman is he's always evolving. So it's a whole different Paul Heyman. He's not introducing Roman. He's not talking. He's just standing there looking like the walrus that he is, you know?
and I think that's all by design. I think that's Heyman being the puppeteer for Roman. He's the one pulling the strings and doing all the talking, and Roman is just the one, you know, putting it out there. You know, he's the one doing the acting.
Man, I want to see so bad because I'm probably the youngest here. How old are you, Mitch?
33 next month.
We got an interesting take here about the Roman Reigns and McIntyre match that Sheamus might interfere.
Well, we also can't forget the Miz has the contract.
Oh, true. We can't rule that out as well.
But no, how bad do you guys, because we all remember old Brock. He could talk. I would love to see Brock get fed to Reigns.
Not going to happen.
Nah, I'm tired of that story.
It's not, but that would be great.
I want to see Brock show up at AEW and just kill everybody.
That'd be cool.
I would like to see Brock versus Wardlow. That would be fucking awesome. The F5 versus the F10.
I want to see Brock versus my former training partner, Brian Cage, but only if they would build him right. They've really, anyways, we're getting off, but AEW has not used Brian Cage right. But anyways,
no.
Because Brian Cage versus Brock Lesnar, bro, that could be literally a huge money match for AEW. But they've treated Cage like crap, so I don't know.
But Taz has been awesome.
Taz is awesome. That's again Taz as the mouthpiece for Brian Cage against Lesnar. Freaking take my money.
I think out of that group that they got over there is Will Hobbs, Brian Cage, and freaking Ricky Tony. I'm about to say Tony Stark, but Starks.
Yeah.
If you take Starks out of the picture, I believe that would be a good stable. Just Will Hobbs and Brian Cage with Taz as the mouthpiece. That could be a tag team just mowing over everybody.
Funny story, guys. I used to be tag champs with Will Hobbs. I dropped that name. Let me pick that back up real quick. But Will Hobbs is great. Really, really good guy. I'm so happy for Will Hobbs, man. And
he seems like a good dude.
Yeah. And I'm really happy for Thunder Rosa, another girl that I've been able to work with, and Shotzi Blackheart. There's so many talents from Northern California that are doing big things right now. So really happy for them, you know.
Mm-hmm. But before we go into any other random jargon, let's put a definitive pick on this. Nick said he got Reigns. What you got, Mitch? Oh shit! There you go. We got
why do I have a Roman Reigns wallet? Because Roman Reigns is money.
Oh, I like that. I like that.
Who do you got, Rob?
You know, I look at this right now, and it seems weird to me. Well, it made sense at first. Drew lost the title, so it can be Orton versus Reigns, obviously to put Reigns over, because you're not going to hurt Orton by him losing and everything. But now that you put Drew back in the spot, Drew can stand to lose a little bit of momentum behind this loss to Reigns if it's clean. So I don't know. And then just the truth daggers, man. I mean, nothing Roman said was not wrong. It was not fictional at all. It was all fact. And usually when you're cocky and overconfident, you take the fall. And despite Drew McIntyre being the monster and the beast that he has always been booked as the underdog for some reason, you know, against all his opponents. They always doubt him. They always put him down, but somehow he fights through and perseveres. This big 6'5" giant motherfucker here is the underdog. But if I had to pick between the two, I will call shenanigans.
Oh, definitely.
So we got two scenarios here. We got it's brought up in the chat. We got Miz with the Money in the Bank briefcase looming around. We got Jey Uso in Roman's corner looming around. We got Sheamus, who could possibly be in the corner of McIntyre, but has some pent-up resentment and can lead to a feud later. So we got all these factors going into this match. So I call draw shenanigans.
Okay.
Heyman.
Heyman. Yeah. He'll just probably and run around the ring like he normally do, but you know, and still he is the factor.
It's like 5-1. It's Reigns, it's
Morrison.
Torso, it's Heyman, it's Miz, it's Morrison, and possibly Sheamus. McIntyre's got no chance, bro.
Even me, I'm in there.
Yeah, I'm in the Thunderdome, bitch.
Now, before we go forward, can I drive the quote unquote bus here for a second? I have the game of life in front of me. That's why I have that. But anyway, so now what I want to get into, because it's a little more than what it's going to be, but the final farewell with The Undertaker. Now, I don't see Taker having another match unless that main event's tonight. If that main event's tonight, I really think we get a Fiend appearance and either squashes The Undertaker to infinity or sets up a Mania match.
So you're saying something like The Undertaker come out, he tip the hat and some shit, he get attacked from behind, they scuffle, he do some shit to him and he go away?
Because this is confusing.
Are you talking about long ass 38 fucking minute entrance with fucking fire and smoke and fog and all this other bullshit? So and he come to the ring and fucking sit on the middle rope, duck his head down, fucking do the thing, goddamn raise his hands and the lights go off and that bullshit? No, we don't need none of that.
So I heard so many different things. So I read online, I won't say names because I don't want to spoil, but I read a lot of names that are there because I don't want to ruin maybe surprises for you guys. A lot of people are there for this. So some people are saying it's going to be kind of like the Ric Flair thing in 2008. Like he actually does get the farewell, maybe gets a lot of announcements from people. Oh, goodbye, and then he leaves. Then it might be something like that and the Fiend comes. Or then I've heard, those motherfuckers could just be there hanging out backstage because they're having a party on WWE time for Undertaker.
Oh, well, you've seen the pictures floating around. You know, him, the Godfather, and all those guys in that clique from back in the day, they was all drunk and shit together.
The BSK crew and shit.
Yeah,
that's why I didn't want to ruin anything if people didn't know.
Drew is the only champion in recent memory to kick out of all finishers except the RKO. They want him big for WrestleMania.
Big.
He already big. He don't need to be no bigger.
I want to see McIntyre and Fiend at Mania. I think that'd be good.
I wish they was consistent with the Fiend. But we know at the time that the Fiend was getting real big and prominent and everything, he was a victim of circumstance, losing to Goldberg and shit because it's fucking Goldberg. But
who still has 2 matches left for 2 more years.
Supposedly.
He went on the record saying that.
All right, so supposedly he can just do some Dolph Ziggler shit, run out there, spear a motherfucker, and get the fuck on. He can leave too. He can go the fuck home.
I said it on here. You know, he said he didn't want to lose to the Fiend because he felt it would have hurt his reputation. Goldberg.
What hurt the fucking Goldberg boy? Whoo! What hurt his reputation is the motherfucker coming back. Stay your ass home.
And almost killing the Undertaker.
And himself. He ran head first into the goddamn ring post.
A couple times. We need your dream match, Rob. We need your dream match tonight. Undertaker Goldberg, round 2. Let's get it.
No. See,
I will kick you off of this call right now.
Hey, Mitch didn't listen to one of the last Wresting is Trash. Rob's dream match is The Undertaker versus Matt Hardy.
No, in a go the fuck home match. Like
Rob went on a huge, I'd say
them bitches in the boat.
Time in the podcast, 15 minutes about how Matt Hardy needs to go the fuck home.
Dude, you put The Undertaker,
Matt
Hardy in a boat together, and you make them row separate oar, each one of them across the lake of reincarnation, and they incarnate into like decent citizens and shit, and not wrestlers. That's what you do with them motherfuckers.
Rob,
there you go. Agreed. They agreed with me.
No, you're an obsolete mule. You're an obsolete mule, Rob.
Man, I will delete you right now.
Go ahead. No,
I don't know.
You keep going. Rob, tell me what you think is going to happen with The Undertaker, because then I want to just completely destroy what you say as best I can.
Well, shit, you can just go ahead and blow it up now because I ain't got shit to say about that motherfucker.
You got nothing. No predictions or anything else. No more bad words for.
I always have to give this disclaimer. I always got to do it, especially since you're new to this realm of my rants. I have nothing against the Undertaker, the legend, the icon. You know, the historic presence of his character is the biggest character. It's big. It's huge. It's bigly. Biggest thing you've ever seen. Best Undertaker ever to be undertaken in the undertaking world. You know, awesome.
Great. Mark Calloway.
Best
Mark
WrestleMania
Calloway.
match ever.
Yes. All that. He is all that. I will not take any of that away from him. He is a part of my wrestling fandom. He has been wrestling as long as I've been a wrestling fan. So he's always been intertwined in it. He's always been a part of it. I have nothing against this man's legacy. None of this shit. But right now, 2020, this old bitch is wrestling and I don't fucking like it.
He's not.
You don't need to be.
WrestleMania
WrestleMania 28 should have been the last one. And if you want to go a little bit further, it could have been WrestleMania 30 when he lost the fucking streak. He could have took his punk ass home, and that would have been the end of it.
That should.
We would be having this conversation right now. I get my head all hot and sweaty.
My head's getting hot and sweaty too. All right, so listen.
You got a hat on.
Let's talk about his last few matches. We got a little time. Okay. Ooh. Him and Triple H in Australia in 2018 was good. Okay.
Didn't watch it.
Now watch it. It was good. 25 minutes, good match. No. I will agree with you. The tag match and the Saudi Arabia crap. I mean, he definitely earned his money because he looked bad. He looked bad when he teamed with Kane against Michaels and Triple H, which was a bad booking anyways. That match should have never happened. Even though the build up was excellent.
They're in the same age lane, Kane and the Undertaker. Exactly. Kane is in way better shape, but to that point as well, Undertaker got used more than Kane. So whatever.
Well, Triple H got hurt right away. Shawn hadn't wrestled in 10 years or whatever it was. I mean, this should never happen. Now, also, the match with Goldberg. Again, not good. Whose fault? Pretty much Goldberg. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, Undertaker came back and wrestled with, you know what? You tell him that. You know what? I want to get Undertaker on this damn podcast. You tell him that because he had a tag match. Well, he had a tag match with Roman against Shane and Drew, and that was his last match in front of a crowd, and that was good. And he's happy with that. I think he said that in the documentary. He's like, I was happy with my performance. And he did a lot of like house shows, helping out a lot of young guys like Baron Corbin and shit, doing MSG shows.
You know what? I talk a lot of shit, but that in itself, house shows, behind the scenes shit that nobody don't see on national TV, I have no problem with that because I don't have to see the shit.
And then talking about the Boneyard match, the last thing he did, I think it was the best thing that happened at WrestleMania this year. The best thing. Now,
is it the best? Because we are looking through these rose-colored glasses. That is the Undertaker. His facade, his gimmick, his character, and everything. The nostalgia that we hold on to. This motherfucker is way.
How dare you?
Past his prime. For a long time. And had no fucking business being in the goddamn ring. At all. Now, as a human being, as a man, I understand the way he feels. But I'm only speaking for me. I can't speak for you. I can't speak for Nick. I'm just speaking for me. I can't speak for everybody else that watches professional wrestling, but I'm just saying that motherfucker should have never been in none of the matches that you just named off. He should have been at home with his wife doing the shit that he's doing now. Hot wings, hot ones, or whatever the fuck, doing stupid ass shit with Dr. Disrespect on Twitch. Goddamn, standing next to LeBron in full Undertaker garb at a basketball game. He should have been doing that shit. He should have been at Star Cast or whatever. But he's so fucking loyal to the people that pay him, the McMahons, which I can't be against because you should never fault a man for taking care of himself and his family financially. But I don't like none of this shit. Fuck him. Thank you.
Go ahead,
Nick. Go ahead, Nick.
Yeah, me either, brother. And here's the thing, Rob.
Fuck Jericho too, but I like what he's doing.
How dare you? How dare you, Rob? How dare you? In the name of Paul Bearer, how dare you?
Damn.
Okay, so let me ask you guys this question.
Okay.
WWE advertises Undertaker for Raw or SmackDown. How are the ratings going to do?
Oh yeah.
How much are they going to go up? 500,000? Are they going to go up to the twos finally, or? I mean, they're going to go up. Undertaker's a draw, without question.
Of course. And here's the
thing. And how much is, bro? If you're going to be offered $1 million to do a match, I mean, come on. And plus, he's got so much pride. He's got so much pride. He did not want to go out on anything less than great. The Boneyard match was great. Name something at WrestleMania both nights that was better than the Boneyard match. I'll wait.
I don't know. I didn't watch it. So, also, what I told my son last night, we had a conversation because he doesn't like to ask for help because he think he can do it on his own. And I had to sit there at the end of my table because I am the head of the table in this house and look at me like, son, pride comes before the fall. And that's what happened to The Undertaker. His pride came before anything else, and it evidently led to his fall. Matches, sorry ass matches, getting hurt, and just sullying, once again, speaking for myself, sullying his legacy to an extent.
So when are you finally going to watch The Last Ride?
I am not watching none of that shit until I know it's like a funeral. Undertaker fitting, right? When they put this career of the Undertaker in the coffin, they put it in the ground, they put the dirt on it, they put the tombstone there, they put the roses on it, the dirt is settled, there's grass growing up over the top of the shit. That's when I watch all that old shit.
What they need to do is, dude, Undertaker's done. And here's the thing. He's trying, like done. The last singles match he had in front of a crowd was with Goldberg, and that's how he's gonna go out. And if he was more prideful, he wouldn't let that happen. He'd be like, I want another match in front of a crowd. But he's like, you know what? I had the Boneyard match. I'm done. Undertaker will never wrestle again. Now, what they should do with him is, hold on. Let me just say this. The American Badass should be doing what Adam Pearce is doing. He should be the freaking GM of WWE and as the American Badass, because that is the best way to use him at this point.
But he ain't going.
Come on, that's right. This motherfucker gonna have
as many as he wants.
Yeah, it's true, and that is true. You will have as many as he wants because he is an icon. He is the standard bearer. He is the gatekeeper to the past and to the future. And he is the Undertaker.
So here's what I'll say after watching The Last Ride. He says it multiple times. Pride of some bitch. So I could see him, especially, he's been talking a lot about Bray Wyatt lately. Mm-hmm. I could really see him having that last one, even if it is only in front of 20,000, 15,000 at Mania. I don't want to see him wrestle.
Undertaker as the GM.
Nah, it breaks kayfabe. What are you talking about? American Badass is so much. Sorry, Nick, but
yeah.
Anyways.
Yeah, but anyway, I could see him only coming back for one match because he wants to go out in front of a crowd. Mm-hmm. That's the only reason I could see him coming back.
Yeah, because I mean, just the way he talked, just the way he feels about the business, and just from a human being standpoint, I feel like he would have at least one more match.
Do
I want that? No, but I feel like he may have.
You think Thunder Rosa will ever make it to WWE?
She has said. Yeah, she said on Busted Open Radio that she doesn't like the way they're dealing with the twitching and all that. She wants to do her own thing, bro. Yeah. She has always been a hustler and an entrepreneur. She does MMA. She's all over social media. She's got her own company. I mean, WWE would have to give her a good offer. I think she'll be just fine without him.
You think Zelina goes to AEW?
Eventually. If not,
she can't go until
Impact.
She has that 90-day whatever clause.
Yeah, if not AEW, Impact. I mean, that's if she want to even wrestle.
Dude, that was the biggest loss. Zelina is to me. I mean, I think she's the hottest woman in wrestling. One of them. Like, that was a huge loss for WWE.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's very pretty.
She'd be great for AEW.
Did Thunder Rosa, she signed with AEW, didn't she? Or she's still working?
She signed with NWA. But she's still.
They got a partnership.
Something's going on. She's with Britt Baker, and again, that's like the best women's match you could have in AEW because their women's division's not been good. But Britt Baker's been the best thing there until Thunder Rosa showed up.
I like what's going on in New Japan, despite this tag league. And the best of Super Juniors is yielding some pretty good matches so far. But I'm not really sold on this tag league. It's kind of blah to me. But I love what New Japan was doing for the G1. And I'm just looking forward to Wrestle Kingdom, man, when that's coming up in January. 2 nights, 4th and the 5th.
Going back to what Nick said real quick about The Fiend. So we got Bray Wyatt and Taker at WrestleMania. In fact, WrestleMania.
I know. I was there in the daytime for that bullshit.
Dude, I was the one yelling at Bray Wyatt to eat chicken and broccoli. But I don't think we're gonna get that. I mean, I could see it. If anything, Undertaker Sting in a cinematic match. But it's like he doesn't need to do anything else, dude. He debuted November 22nd, 1990. Today's November 22nd, 2020. It's perfect. It really is. No fans, and the fans aren't needed. Bruce Pritchard will be out there, right?
All
Kane,
the people that's close to
Godfather. Yeah, who else, guys?
Do you think Vince McMahon shows up?
Yes.
Well, obviously.
Why wouldn't he? Why wouldn't
Shane,
he?
Stephanie, Vince, Linda, all of them.
Mm-hmm.
Rob McMahon, right?
Yeah,
Isn't that
I'll
Vince's
be there.
brother? No, Vince's brother's name's Rob.
I'll be there. I'll be there holding the damn door. Be like, all right, now get the fuck out.
With a shovel.
Go on, get. And let me tell Mitch, because I know you heard it many times. My dream scenario, the way he could have went out, just like the end of career, I thought that it would have been fitting for him to have his last match with Kane, and they both retire each other. It'd be like some crazy, it'd be like a buried alive match, a new up and coming guy, maybe the Fiend or whoever, push them both in the grave, dump the dirt on them, and they both gone, never seen it from again.
Speaking of buried alive matches, I have to ask this because maybe age, I don't know, maybe just dumb. When they do buried alive matches, how the hell does that work?
I mean,
they don't get covered in shit. And you would think when the match ends, how the hell they get that motherfucker out of there? Like when Undertaker did his in Survivor Series 2003 against McMahon and Kane came in, buried the American bed. That wasn't even the main event.
Well, I mean, it's built up on a stage. So whenever you see the motherfucker go down in the hole, they got like a little joint they can just roll out up under the stage, and then they dump the dirt. Oh, he's buried alive. He's not really in there when they do the shit.
Yeah, I figured as much, but it's just I don't know. That's one thing I never could figure out with that company, to be honest.
You guys think we get Edge?
Ooh, I would like it.
Edge did post something on Instagram like thanking him.
Edge
even The Rock did.
Yeah.
Even The Rock tweeted saying something about it.
The Rock should be there.
Election match versus Kane. Whoever gets more votes get the mayorship of Knox County. Then Undertaker would win, sadly. Even though he probably don't know shit about politics like Kane.
Freaking Knox County on a pole match.
Triple H, Shawn Michaels, all of DX if they can make it. Rock
Flair.
Satellite would be awesome. Ric Flair, Hulk Hogan. How about this, guys? I just can't stop of this. You guys are gonna go nuts. What if this is how Undertaker puts a guy over on his way out?
Ooh, please.
So everyone's just wait for this. Everyone's in the ring celebrating the Undertaker. Everyone's happy. Rest in peace. I'm a badass. Big Red. Everything's great. And then da-na-na-na, da-na-na-na-na. Look in my eyes. What do you see? And here comes CM Punk with the urn.
I was about to say that.
Come on.
And he rubbed the ashes on him again.
I mean, brother, can you imagine? I know there's no fans, but still, you want to talk about getting some ratings, getting some serious attention back on Raw or SmackDown? CM Punk comes out and whatever. He doesn't even have to. He can just stand at the top of the stage, take the urn, and freaking dump it out. You know what I mean?
So, I love that. And I said, knowing WWE's logic, I could pay. Here's the conversation. Taker, this isn't your farewell. You're going to do one more at Mania.
This is your setup.
This is your setup. And we're going to do it tonight. And Taker's sitting there like, all right, who is it? You're going to fight at Mania? Lars Sullivan.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Knowing WWE, and then Taker would be like, Vince, it's very obvious if I do one more, it should be against the Fiend. No, see, that's what they expect.
That's what they want.
That's why.
That's what they got.
Lars Sullivan.
Oh man,
The Freak versus the dead man.
The Freak versus the Streak.
Oh no! Oh my god, bro! Didn't Lars Sullivan get busted for sucking? What? Or
I
getting his gimmick snated?
Well, it's not.
He was in gay porn.
Well, yeah, I mean, he didn't get busted. There's nothing illegal about it. I mean, that's just something he did in his past, you know. Hey, and you know his name is Mitch too, right?
Oh, dude, are you serious?
Yes, I'm dead serious.
Man, Mitch McConnell. Now this Mitch, all these Mitches, man. But there's one,
all
whatever.
these Mitches.
Yeah, all these Mitches and all these hoes. Yeah, I don't know, dude. Where has Lars been? I haven't seen him lately.
Who gives a fuck?
Probably getting his gimmick.
No, so he did the draft, and he got drafted to SmackDown.
Did that weird sit down
over wins. Then he's been gone. But I heard that
he did that
I heard they're trying to do a Lars Braun storyline, which I think okay. But tell me seriously, you couldn't picture Vince McMahon trying to sell the Undertaker on that.
And I could just see the Undertaker being like putting his hand on Vince's shoulder and be like looking him in the face, that loving forlorn stare, and he's like, "No."
Yeah. Well, I don't know. So Rob doesn't know because you didn't watch. Mitch, did you watch The Last Ride?
Yes. All the Undertaker stuff they put up, I've watched it. It's great.
Yeah, so I'm doing a spoiler because I don't give a fuck, Rob.
Yeah, you good.
And did you watch the first Broken Skull session with the Undertaker?
I didn't watch it all the way through, but I got to the part to where they got the alcohol. He's like, well, hell, why you didn't lead off with this?
Well, like I said, so if you watch today's, they have like 5 shots during it, and they're drinking beer. They're like not getting fucked up, obviously, but 5 shots on WWE programming of Jack Daniels and whatever. Anyway,
that's funny.
They talk about whatever, and I guess
that's
AJ
what you have to drink to watch the WWE programming.
That's true. But AJ was watching it, and long story short, Taker vacations with one of AJ's good friends, so they have a mutual friend.
Mm-hmm.
AJ called Vince and was like, "Well, I heard you say on Steve's podcast that pretty much if you want to go out, you want to go on your own book. Like, how about doing one more with me at Mania?" And Taker was like, "Well, I don't know, blah, blah, blah. I'm pretty happy with that tag match." And his wife was like, "No, you should do it. If you're going to do it with the best." So he thinks about it, whatever. Then when he makes his decision, he calls Vince and he's like, "Hey, I'm going to go with AJ at Mania. And they do a rib. And Vince, I guess, calls AJ and was like, "Hey, Taker's not happening at Mania. There's this young kid in Tennessee he wants to put over. Blah, blah, blah." And AJ was like, "No, that's bullshit." And then he called Taker.
I like that.
He called Taker, and then that's how the match happened. So I'll give AJ credit. AJ was like, "Yo, like, I want to fight this dude."
Mm-hmm. And see, AJ is in the upper tier of talent there in WWE. I don't think they do all that bullshit that they do with a lot of the young guys there with that guy. Because he was well established before he got there. And, he just even made his legacy even bigger by being there in WWE. And presumably, you would think he would end there as well. Because, he's had over a 20-year career as is right now.
Who's the last star WWE signed that went straight to the main roster and on NXT?
Jericho.
What?
Jericho.
What are you talking about?
He got signed from WCW and went straight to the top.
Oh, okay. I was like, but who's the last one that's done?
Braun Strowman. Didn't do no performance in the shit, just went straight to Raw.
I guess. But AJ was before him, after him.
Gronk.
But you know what I mean.
Yeah.
You know what I'm getting at. And you got to give it. That was a hell of a debut by AJ Styles. The Rumble, dude. Number 3.
That was one of the best freaking, I guess, surprises or entrances in freaking Royal Rumble history. That was freaking.
But was it leaked? Because I don't remember it. But was it leaked that he signed with the company even or not?
Well, it was presumed because him and Nakamura had that match at Wrestle Kingdom that year. It was his last match, and it was like he was leaving there to go to WWE, but nobody knew when he was going to show up or if it really the deal got signed.
Because that was only like 2 weeks later, the Rumble.
Yeah, because Wrestle Kingdom was the 4th, January.
And the Rumble's usually the last Sunday of the month.
Yeah, so and then
Nakamura left right after him, but he went to NXT. He
vacated the IWGP Intercontinental Championship, and he went to WWE. And then they had a tournament, and I think it was Kenny Omega and Tanahashi. They battled for the belt. I could be.
Well, I'm going to segue into something. Didn't you say MVP is the reason they have that title?
Well, MVP is the inaugural champion, and usually, Mitch, I mean, you can help me out with this. I mean, you got a little bit more insight with this stuff than I do.
Let's talk about MVP in 1 second. I just was starting to think about the Undertaker. The most interesting thing that's going to happen tonight, Rob, is of course the Undertaker segment, which sucks for all the talent, but they're just not as over as him. Someone needs to bump probably. Someone's going to try to ruin this, if nothing else. And the last time they had the most over guy of all time come out, who did they have come out and get bumped? You guys follow what I'm saying? The first SmackDown on Fox.
That was
first Cain Velasquez.
No, the first SmackDown on Fox, The Rock came out. And
the first SmackDown ever, The Rock lost his title to Triple H. I think.
But the first so The Rock came out and they got Becky Lynch over with him, but they also got over King Corbin. And I don't know, Vince really likes Corbin. Obviously, why would he pick Corbin to get over with The Rock? So I wouldn't be surprised to see King Corbin and maybe some other heels come out and try to ruin this and Taker, bumps, and maybe some of the other legends. They all bump some heels tonight.
Yeah. Now, Mitch, to even go with your fact, we had that comment in the chat a little while ago. I kind of looked over it. There you go. I bet Baron Corbin interrupts Taker tonight.
Nice. Well,
a lot of people are agreeing with what you're saying.
Mass Llama, he knows what he's talking about.
Yeah. Now, Nick, what you were talking about, people that got slingshotted straight to the top, no training or anything like that, or just no other shenanigans. There you go, Dominic Mysterio.
That's true. You got to assume he's got to go to NXT at some point, right? Or no?
I don't know. There also was talk about I don't know if it was from him or from an interview or something like that he wanted to wrestle on the mask as well and be Prince Mysterio. There you go.
Aaliyah's interesting.
Beautiful.
Yeah, she just got married, supposedly, like in real life.
To Murphy?
No, in real life. I mean, huh?
She got baptized.
I don't know. I was seeing pictures and shit, so I don't know.
Now I gotta look.
Pretty young to get. She's like 19. That's pretty young to get married.
Yeah.
Hey, man, I got married at 18. So what? But then again, I knocked somebody up. So hopefully she's not knocked up.
Married. So MVP, guys. So we got less than 10 minutes here. You guys want to talk about MVP? What do you guys want to talk about?
Now, what we're saying, whenever the MVP is the inaugural IWGP Intercontinental Champion. He won it in a tournament. I think that it was New Japan's first excursion, doing shows in the United States at that time in 2011. I know this because I just went through on NewJapanWorld.com, not sponsored by, them, but I just went through NewJapanWorld.com and I watched every intercontinental title change that they have listed on their chronological order on their app. So I watched from the inaugural win with MVP. He beat Toriano of all people, and then all the way up until most recently when Naito won back the double freaking championships right now. So it was a crazy ride to see that belt go from a Hershey's chocolate bar to the white and gold belt that they have now. But what I was asking you, Mitch, I told Nick that the IWGP Intercontinental Championship was made for MVP. And I only said this because whenever you do these long form tournaments, because the inaugural tournament was for the belt, you already have who you're going to picked to be the champion at the end. So that's why I said the statement that I made.
Yeah, I know. Again, just I had the opportunity to hang out with MVP one night drinking, and I know that wrestling in Japan meant a lot to him. He wanted to go to Japan and he wanted to do something and win a championship. So, yeah, that dude's great, man. I really do hope that. I love the Hurt Business. I love what he's the best thing on Raw. I mean, him, MVP, the Hurt Business, Shelton Benjamin. I love him too. Lashley and even Cedric's cool. They're just so good, man. They're so good. And I'm not going to get political, but there's a thing called Black Lives Matter. I think they could just take that and there's just so much those guys can do. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I love them. I absolutely love the Hurt Business. I want the shirt.
Yeah, I do too. I do
too. I want the MVP one.
You
Me
keep
too.
saying that, Rob. Stop talking about it and be about it.
I just bought a podcast that I really enjoy. I bought their t-shirt, so I gotta hold off on my t-shirt for right now.
Sorry.
Matter of fact, shout out to the Who Will Win podcast. I just bought a shirt. I don't know if they're gonna see this or not, but I did. I enjoy your product. I believe they can be on TV. That's how much I believe in them.
Ooh,
Hey, you're
also,
supposed to send me a
out-
t-shirt, Rob.
I know. I'm working on it.
Also, shout out to UWO podcast. 100
Yes.
episodes.
Tonight, at some point, they're going to be celebrating their 100th episode. So,
Nice.
Big congratulations to the boys at the UWO. Too sweet.
Hey, while we're doing plugs and shout outs, do you guys mind if I plug a couple things here?
Yeah, go ahead. We about to wrap it up, homeboy. The floor is yours.
Okay, I just wanted to say, so I have a podcast. It's called Mitch Please.
Mhm.
It's on
I like that
YouTube.com. Thank you. It's on YouTube.com / the Mitch Valentine. Hard to read. It's right there.
Look at that
Anyways, Mitch Valentine on YouTube. I have 45 episodes of the original Mitch Please podcast. I interviewed Brian Cage, Thunder Rosa, Royce Isaacs. The list goes on and on. And now I'm doing a podcast called Mitch Please 2. Which is available like on Spotify, Apple Podcast. And I just interviewed my wrestling trainer, and we talked about MVP. We talked about the night that we were all hanging out with MVP. So you can check that out. Mitch Please 2, Mitch Please II on Spotify, Apple Podcast.
Okay.
That's it, guys. At Heartbreaker MV on all social media, because I'm the Heartbreaker Mitch Valentine, and you guys all got Mitch. And once you go Mitch, you never make the switch.
This guy. Goddamn pun master here. I like him. Thank you, Mr. Llama. Thank you for joining us.
I just gave you the follow of follows.
Boom, there you go. That's the only follow that counts right there. The Anaselli follow.
Now you got me.
Yeah,
I'm
Nick,
famous.
go ahead. Let everybody know where they can find you on social media or whatever other shenanigans you want to put out there.
At this,
Yeah, right there. That's his name. If you put it on social media, it's all one word.
just combine them.
Yes, just no space. Just they do like
When I'm
this.
in California, Mitch, I'll have to reach out. Maybe we can link up.
Do it.
Do it.
And then
Do
we
it.
can rub
Do
it.
a wobbly H on Sunny.
Yeah.
But with that being
hey, by
said,
the way, never mind.
no, you good?
I think I already said it. My next podcast, I'm going to talk about Sunny. I'm going to talk about how I met her and how I bapped her, and that's what people want to hear. So be on the lookout for that. You guys, I want to say, I've done quite a few podcasts with fans and stuff like that, and you guys are probably the best show I've done with wrestling fans. You know what I mean? Because you guys are more. Yeah, you guys are professionals. Rob, you're kind of a professional. I don't agree with your opinion on the Undertaker, but.
Most don't.
At all.
I understand.
At all.
Because you're a piece of shit.
But you guys are cool, man. I really appreciate you guys having me on your show.
Yeah. Hey, man, whenever we do it, the door is always open for you to come on in, man. Whenever you want. We thank you, sir. But with that being said, you can follow Wrestling is Trash on various social media platforms, and you can find all the episodes of Wrestling is Trash on randomrob.com /WIT wit. Wrestling is Trash. You see how that works? And you can follow on social media, Wrestling is Trash on Instagram and Wrestling Be Trash on Twitter. I don't post a lot there, but I mean, it's there. But we're here. Anyway, on behalf of myself, Mitch Valentine, Nick Anasetsi, I almost fucked it up. We bid you all a good do, and we will see you